Murder, torture, drug trafficking, tens of thousands killed. Can anything stop Mexico's drug cartels? Hello, I'm Anand Naidu, and this is The Heat. For years, violent drug cartels have terrorized large parts of Mexico. Armed with sophisticated weapons, they're engaged in major drug trafficking and other illegal activities. More than 80,000 people are estimated to have been killed since Mexico launched a war on the cartels in 2006. Thousands more kidnapped, some beheaded. All of this amid allegations of government and police corruption. And journalists who dare to expose what's going on are often murdered too. We begin with this report from CCTV's Frank Contreras in Mexico City.
Mexican government agents in a non-stop battle against drug trafficking hitmen who are mostly better armed and in some cases deserters of Mexican elite security forces. Their violence is usually aimed at rival cartel members, but increasingly ordinary citizens find themselves caught up in the violence. For the survivors, first comes the anguish, then the realization that family breadwinners are being killed off. Like global war zones, Mexican government statistics indicate that hundreds of thousands of citizens are displaced. They become refugees, left with no other choice but to flee for safety. At least 5 major drug trafficking organizations are operating across Mexico. The Sinaloa cartel, often considered one of the most powerful and wealthy criminal organizations in the world. It operates on Mexico's northwest Pacific coast and controls most of the border between California, Arizona, and parts of New Mexico. Its formidable rival to the east of the country is the Gulf cartel. Also operating mainly on Mexico's Gulf Coast, the Zetas cartel. On the northern border with Texas, the Juarez cartel, and in the south-central part of the country, the Beltran-Leyva cartel. To crack down on these powerful criminal organizations, the administration of President Enrique Peña Nieto has been coordinating more closely with Washington, relying on U.S. intelligence gathering, and that's been producing results.
Our achievements mean that 84 of the 122 most dangerous criminals are no longer a threat to society. With these institutional efforts, violence in Mexico is declining. That's what available sources of information are confirming. According to the Governmental Statistics Agency, there were 12.5% less homicides in 2013 than in 2012.
Those arrests include some of Mexico's most powerful drug kingpins, including Sinaloa cartel leader Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, arrested in February 2014. Other major drug underworld players arrested during the Peña Nieto administration include a leader of the Juarez cartel, Vicente Carrillo Fuentes, a.k.a. the Viceroy. And Hector Beltran-Leyva, captured by soldiers at a seafood restaurant in San Miguel de Allende. In the U.S., he had a $5 million bounty on his head.
The collaboration between Mexico and the United States has been refined, and it has been more precise. And that sharing of intelligence has enabled to have captures like El Chapo Guzman, captures like the Carrillo, captures like the Leyva, and also disrupting drug markets.
As Mexican security forces battle the cartels, breakaway criminal organizations are emerging, such as the Knights Templar in western Michoacan state and the Guerreros Unidos in the southern state of Guerrero. A government analysis of firearms seized since late 2006, when Mexico's war on drugs kicked into high gear, reveals that the weapons of choice are AK-47s and AR-15 assault rifles. 9mm handguns are not far behind. Deadly instruments used for one purpose. Sales of illegal drugs from Mexico have an estimated value of $35 to $40 billion a year, by far the largest single source of illegal income for Mexican cartels. Sometimes U.S. foreign policies work in favor of Mexican drug lords. A U.S. crackdown of heroin producers in Afghanistan, for example, has favored Mexican traffickers. Now, Mexican black tar heroin dominates street sales in the United States. In Mexico, organized crime groups are branching into all sorts of other illegal enterprises, including human trafficking, kidnapping, extortion, DVD piracy, and oil theft. No one believes Mexico's battle against the cartels will completely stop their illegal activities. After all, the appetite for illegal drugs drives their massive profits. So the fight goes on, day by day. Franco Contreras, CCTV, Mexico City.